Okay, so today we have Jennifer Carriere.
Hello. You said it right. Carriere. Most people are like Carrara? What? Carriere, like carrying air.
Okay. You're also known as the Script Supervisor CEO.
Yes, I like the alliteration of script supervisor CEO. That's actually why I went with that, title for my company. But I train script supervisors and really all aspiring filmmakers who want to kind of break into Hollywood the fast way via the script supervisor role, because it's kind of like an overlooked and misunderstood role.
Mm.
And it's really, frankly, like amazing access, like right to the inner circle on film and TV sets. So it's really cool. Oh my goodness. Keep watching Worldwide Entertainment TV. Kevin's awesome. He's a great interviewer. I'm
Oh,
really, there's so much misunderstanding, like even within the industry, that I'm just pushing hard to change that.
okay, so I've seen that you're in the corporate world. What gave you the courage to step into the competitive world of Hollywood?
Um, my desire to have a different, new adventure every single day. So I loved my engineering work. Okay. I loved studying it. I
Yeah,
loved working at the Corps of Engineers. I did not love sitting in a cubicle from 9 to 5 every day with sort of just the same exact type of day every day. So
yeah,
I had filled in on a TV show, like in a completely, entry level position, helping out a friend. So I just stepped in and worked on a TV set for one day, and I knew that I was like in trouble. Like I was like, oh my gosh, I
yeah,
have to get back, So I ended up freezing my status at the Corps of Engineers. I was able to freeze my basically hold my job for up to 6 months with no penalty.
yeah,
So I ended up working that TV show for the entire season one. And I was so excited about working in film and TV, just the energy, the variety, working with artists. And, I mean, it was just so magical that I decided to go ahead and resign from the Corps of Engineers after having gone into huge debt to get the degree. I ended up walking away and starting completely over from scratch in film and TV without any idea what I was even going to do.
yeah,
I mean, I was just working an entry level job. Like I had no formal film education. I had never, dreamed of pursuing a Hollywood career. Like I was just doing the traditional safe path, like get a degree and get a 9 to 5.
yeah.
So I, just took a leap of faith, basically.
Yeah, that's inspiring.
Thank you.
Yeah. So,
I mean, I feel like I have a pretty high risk tolerance. And, it was just like, it was a feeling, and I just trusted it. It just felt right, even though I did not have a plan.
okay, so when you decided to go with it, how did you maneuver to the position that you're in now?
Ah, good question. Okay, so I bounced around all the departments. Okay, so I was actually a union camera assistant before I even knew what a script supervisor was. So I did, production assistant, I did executive producer's assistant, I did wardrobe, I did camera, I did everything. Okay, I doubled for an actor on a TV show for a while because I was her same size.
Yeah,
I just tried everything, just trying to find, what my role was going to be. Did not know what a script supervisor was until one of my camera assistants who I was working for. So I was like a cable wrangler, like basically like a utility within the camera union
yeah,
and working in this fabulous camera department. And one of my camera assistants said, based on your personality, I think you should go talk to that guy over there. He's the script supervisor. And I'm like, what exactly does that, like, what do they do? So he was like, go talk to him. So it was actually a male script supervisor on a TV show who ended up becoming my mentor. When he walked me through what his job was and what, the purpose is, I was like, gosh, I think I am really well suited to that kind of work. Let me see what I can do. Can I go,
yeah.
take a course or, learn more about it, which I did.
Okay. So, what were your expectations when you finally got to the level that you wanted to be?
As far as on my way up, or like what I was hoping and dreaming for, or once I felt like I arrived or something.
Once you felt that you arrived?
Okay. I'm just so focused on like serving my cast and crew and my director
Yeah.
that I didn't really have any expectations. Like my only expectation was to work really, really hard and make sure they were happy with my work. So tracking continuity, being a script supervisor, there is so much to do.
Yeah.
So I kind of just like focused on always making progress and delivering for them. And then I guess I would say, like, when I knew I had arrived, so to speak, is when I kept getting this consistent feedback from, these kind of like Hollywood bigwigs, like big TV producers, cinematographers who were brought in from, LA to work on shows in the South, because I'm from the South. I'm from Louisiana.
Okay.
So I got my start in Louisiana and then kind of pushed into Georgia. And now I work all over now. But when these big Hollywood personalities were telling me that I was like the best they'd ever seen, it took a few times of like hearing that to like truly believe it. But I
Yeah.
was like, apparently I really do have a knack for this. And so that's when I knew. I was like, okay, like this is definitely my role forever.
Okay. So what is the main goal of the script supervisor? Do you interact with the actors on set?
Big time. Oh my gosh, we interact with the actors all day long. So from the time of like the very first private director's rehearsal, so we have to support the actors, making sure not only that they understand where we are in the story, because of course we're shooting completely out of order. And of course, the director has a huge hand in guiding the actors on that front. But I also support the director in making sure that everyone knows where we are in the story. Like,
Yeah.
for example, if we start a private director's rehearsal and an actor is walking into the scene with a certain kind of energy that doesn't match where we are in the story, I would pull the director aside and just be like, just so you know, they're walking in acting like they're happy, but they just had a meltdown in their car in the scene prior. We shot that 6 weeks ago, but that's the scene that precedes this. So, I figured they would, be distraught in this scene, and the director, oh my gosh, you're right. Like we were thinking of something else. Thank you so much for catching that or whatever. We are there to make sure that the show or film seems like it was shot in perfect sequential order so that everything
Yeah.
fits in its place. But of course, for production, budget reasons, we have to shoot completely out of order. So I have to make sure everyone, actors, director, costumes, props, set decoration, I have to make sure everything fits in its place as though we shot it in perfect sequential order. I also have to work with the actors very closely throughout the day on matching their performances, because of course we don't just like shoot one angle of a scene. We shoot a wide master and then we do coverage, until the scene is completely covered. So the performances have to match from shot to shot to shot so that it will work in the edit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So could you name any of the shows or movies you've been a part of or celebrities you've worked with?
Sure. I have had the pleasure of working with so many amazing talents. Actors are my favorite people. Of course, I love my directors too. Tyler Perry is one of my favorite people I've ever worked for. I've worked with him a whole lot. I just love and admire him so much. Absolutely adored working with, the actor Regina King. Oh my gosh, there's too many to name. Ray Liotta, that was such a pleasure. Of course, he's passed now. What a great time. And he's a wonderful gentleman. He's much nicer than he is in the movies. He's a really cool dude.
Yeah.
My gosh, there are too many to name. My favorite directors, I would say, like, Tyler Perry's up there. I absolutely love Nicole Cassell. Goodness, Michael Uppendahl, Andrew
Yeah.
Bernstein, who created Ozark. I mean, just so many great people. Greg Yaitanes, Bruce Beresford, lots and lots of good folks.
Okay. So as script supervisor, do you sometimes be a part of the reworking of a script or you just
Okay, so that's more my producer side of things. I'm sorry, I cut you off. Carry on. Sorry.
no, I was just gonna say the sequence of the writing and so
Gotcha.
the
So
technical.
we have to break the script down. Like from the minute we're hired, we're like completely focused on the script. Like we're falling in love with the script, like becoming obsessed with the script. Okay.
Yeah.
We catch all kinds of inconsistencies. So I have to turn around and report those to a producer, or when I'm producing myself, I have to then, ask the screenwriter for revisions to fix, whatever the problems may be. So
Yeah.
yes, we're very involved in making sure that the script makes sense, that there are no inconsistencies or, nothing out of place.
Okay. So I seen there's a writer's strike.
Yes.
What's your thoughts on that scenario?
I stand with the writers. I mean, we have to have protections from AI, copying our work and not getting compensated for it. Like I absolutely stand with the writers. They need fair pay. They need, fair working conditions. And we absolutely must have protections from AI copycatting.
Oh, I was going to speak about the AI because there was a person that we interviewed and he was speaking about the AI companies contacting him saying that they could do his voiceover, but then he was saying, then what would he be doing? Because he actually likes doing the
Of
voiceover.
course. Oh,
But
yes.
and he also stated that he was showing a commercial that was completely AI, the scripts, the CGI, everything. So I figured
It's
that
a threat. It's an existential threat to
that
writers and actors, and that's why they both have to strike. I mean, the actors will be joining them on the picket lines. Who know very
yeah,
soon, I'm assuming, and it has to happen. We simply cannot replace human beings' work. I mean, this is an art form. It's a human-driven art form. We cannot have AI replacing the human work. It's just it's not right, and it just can't happen. So we do need to stop working until that is guaranteed, contractually guaranteed for artists.
yeah, because I even seen Ice Cube, who was an actor and rapper.
Yes.
He came out against AI music because there's been releases of songs of artists that are dead rhyming on verses that they never did, but it actually sounds like the artist.
Yes, no doubt.
Saying
No
that
doubt.
that's not right.
So I don't even know. I mean, I'm so outside of the music industry, but do they have a union that I mean, do they go on strike?
No, that's the thing. I think that's why Ice Cube, I guess because Ice Cube is in Hollywood.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, they should do that for the artists too as well.
No doubt. For music
Yeah,
artists, yeah.
music artists.
Absolutely. Right. Wow, interesting. But yeah, so it's gonna be slow, but it needs to
Yeah.
happen. I mean, the studios are gonna have to not make their profits until they give a deal that is fair to the artists.
Also, that's what the strike was over. Because I wasn't too sure what the strike was
Yeah.
about. Well, yeah,
Yes.
if it's about that, then
I
yeah.
mean, it's not only about AI. It's also about fair pay and working conditions in the streaming era, and fair residuals and so forth. But also pay rates need to go up as inflation continues. So it's about more than just AI, but AI is a hugely important part of this.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you help others who are trying to break in as script writers into the business?
So, in particular, when it comes to script writers, the script supervisor role is a fabulous way to work with scripts, to work with directors, to work closely with actors, to work closely with producers, and basically just get the network of people that you need to put your own work in front of. So, there's a really unique opportunity right now for screenwriters, for actors, for aspiring directors and producers to be script supervisors. It puts them right in the inner circle with all of those. I mean, a script supervisor, this is truly my definition. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
I believe the definition of a script supervisor is a mini director, mini producer, screenwriter representative, actor sidekick, editor advocate. So we've got 5 filmmaking disciplines all tied together within the script supervisor role. We cover those people, like all of those players truly cannot do their jobs without us. So it puts you working in lockstep with them from day one, and you can train for the role really fast. And nobody goes to film school to become a script supervisor. Most people in the industry can hardly even give you a correct definition of a script supervisor. So the industry is suffering from not having enough qualified script supervisors. Okay. We are always scrambling to find them. It's always so like gut wrenching when we're on a show and my UPM says to me, okay, so we're going to have 2 weeks of second unit. Find me someone awesome to cover you. And it's like, oh my gosh, there's no one. I'm going to spend hours not finding anyone. So the job market for script supervisors is fiery hot. So I am really trying to get the word out.
Yeah.
Train to become a script supervisor, go to work as a script supervisor. You will be working with powerhouses from the beginning of your career, like I was. And curiously, it's so weird because I'm training people to do this myself now.
Yeah.
When I started as a script supervisor, the 2007-2008 strike was underway. So it actually benefited my career because there was not production work for a long time. And then when it came back, when the strike ended, there was a tidal wave of production. So I did not stop working for like 3 years. So it actually really benefited my career. So I would say that to people who are, despairing about, the strike, putting us out of work for a few months, it's worth it long term. No one truly thinks that the film and TV industry is going away. It will never go away. Humans are storytellers, it's not going away. It's just this needs to happen in order to protect artists' work. And when the strikes are over, everyone is going to be so busy working. So I would say that to anyone who wants to get into film and TV, strongly advise you to become a script supervisor because it will put you right in that inner circle from your first day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you have any memorable moments as being a script writer that might entice people to say, you know what, I could do that, or I would like to have a moment like that?
Oh my gosh. How much time do you have? I mean, it has brought me all over the country. It has even gotten me into Canada. If I would have stayed, in engineering, okay, of course, I loved my job. I loved my role as an engineer. But if I had not done this, if I had not taken this leap, I would never have shot in the middle of the New Mexico desert in the middle of the night. I would never have gone swimming with sharks, off the coast of Nassau. I would never have been flown to New England and gotten basically a paid vacation on the weekends to go explore, a different Cape Cod town, every single weekend. It's just, there have been so many adventures thanks to choosing this career. I never would have anticipated that. I wanted to become a script supervisor because I was like, that sounds like the most awesome job on set. I've been looking for my perfect breakout role and that's it. I did not even know at the time that it was going to give me all of these other adventures, and then just the friends, like I love working with actors and directors so much, just so many inspiring people. It's truly it was like the best decision I ever made, I would say.
So is there anything else you would like to tell the viewers?
Oh my goodness. Keep watching Worldwide Entertainment TV. Kevin's awesome. He's a great interviewer. So,
Thank you for that.
Yeah, you got it. So I've had so much fun talking to you. And if anybody wants free training, how to become a script supervisor, how to break into Hollywood via the powerful script supervisor role, which I strongly recommend because the job market is fiery hot for script supervisors. We do not have enough to go around. You can go to my website for free training. It is scriptsupervisorceo.com. So scriptsupervisorceo.com. You can also go to Instagram at Script Supervisor CEO and Script Supervisor CEO on Facebook as well. But I do recommend my website as that's where you can find easy links to free training and just see if it's something that interests you.
That's good. There's now people that loves entertainment. There's another field for them to go. They don't have to be an artist or actor.
Seriously, I mean, it's it's so like adjacent to the director, screenwriter, producer. We work very, very closely with the actors and of course give the editor the roadmap for cutting the film or TV show. So it's just intricately connected to the director, producer, screenwriter, actors, and editor. So and of course we're supervising continuity across an entire cast and crew. So it's a really, really cool job. Not enough people know what it truly is. It's awesome. It's great access for anyone who wants access, who's been waiting around, maybe they want to get their screenplay or their reel in front of Hollywood gatekeepers. this is a way to get in and get past gatekeepers right into the inner circle.
Okay, thanks for letting everybody know.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thanks for the interview. It was informative.
Okay. Well, hopefully we'll talk again soon.
Okay, we will.
All right.